Let's discuss about a very important meridian called Sanjio meridian. The word san here means three and jiao means burn or burner. So Sanjio can be known as triple burner, triple warmer or triple heater. Out of the three, the upper burner runs from the base of the tongue to the entrance to the stomach and controls the intake of air, food and fluids. It harmonizes the functions of heart and lungs, governs respiration and regulates the distribution of protective energy to the body's external surface. That's the function of the upper burner. The other, that is the middle burner, runs from the entrance to the stomach down to its exit at the pyloric valve and controls digestion by harmonizing the functions of stomach, spleen and pancreas. It is responsible for extracting nourishing energy from food and fluids and distributing it via the meridian system to the lungs and other parts of the body. Now the lower burner runs from the pyloric valve down to the anus and urinary tract and is responsible for separating the pure from the impure products of digestion, absorbing nutrients and eliminating solid and liquid waste. It harmonizes the functions of liver, kidney, bladder and large and small intestines and also regulates sexual and reproductive functions. The upper jiao is compared to a mist. The middle jiao is compared to maceration chamber and the lower jiao is compared to a draining ditch. The upper jiao is compared to a mist because it disperses the body fluids in the upper body. It is able to disperse. It removes the body fluids in the upper body, really falling under the TCM lung function or dispersing. But when we talk about middle jiao, it is compared to maceration chamber. Maceration, by the word maceration you mean to soften, basically to soften it. So soft kar dena. So it can slow wound healing and make skin more vulnerable to infection. Or maceration, it is in which organized tissue is transformed into a pulpy product. So the middle jiao is compared to a maceration chamber because it ripens and rots food. It rots means खराब हो जाता है खाना, वैसे rotten form में कर देता है. Really falling under the TCM stomach function of ripening and rotting food. Then we have lower jiao, which is compared to draining ditch. Why? Because it transforms, separates and excretes fluid, really falling under the function of TCM, kidneys, bladders and intestines. We have understood the functions of all the three jiaos. Now let's understand the patterns which are formed. In case of upper jiao, when external pathogens, that's wind or heat, invades the Sanjio, there is sore throat, pain in the ear and a yellow tongue coating. This is how you can make out that the upper jiao is affected. In case of middle jiao, when the middle jiao cannot digest food, because it is related to your digestion basically, when it's not able to digest food, there is food retention in the stomach and you have belching, nausea, fullness in the stomach region, bad breath and a yellow tongue coating again. In this case also you will have yellow tongue coating. Now we left with lower jiao. When the lower jiao cannot transform, separate and excrete fluids, that's basically related to excretion part. Damp heat occurs with dark turbid urination, smelling diarrhea and a yellow greasy tongue coating. Further learning about the Sanjio meridian, the polarity of this meridian is yang side. That is, we find all these points on the yang side of the body. The couple organ is pericardium. Connective tissues are brain and blood vessels. Connected sense organ is tongue. Energy time is 9 pm to 11 pm. Number of points found on the meridian are 23. Mu front point is Ren 5. Back shoe point is BL 22. Z cleft point is SJ7. Yuan source point is SJ4. Leo connecting point is SJ5. Jingwell point is SJ1. Then mother point is SJ3. Sun point is SJ10. And horary point is SJ6. Triple warmer 3 or Sanjio 3 as it's called. To look for its location on the dorsum of the hand in the depression between the 4th and 5th metacarpal bones proximal to the 4th metacarpal phalangeal joint. You'll find this point over there, and this you can see in the picture as I've shown. The indications of Sanjio 3 are headache, redness of the eyes, tinnitus, deafness, sore throat, then pain in the scapular region, pain of the leg, fingers when you are not unable to extend the fingers. And functions are it clears heat, dispels wind, benefits the ears, eyes and head, activates the meridian and alleviates the pain. Sanjio 6 is found on the dorsal aspect of the forearm, on the line connecting Sanjio 4 and the tip of the elbow, 3 to above the transverse crease of the wrist between the ulna and the radius. It is basically used for constipation, pain in the hypochondrium, deafness, tinnitus. It regulates chi, moves the bowels, clears heat, activates the meridian. It's a very, very important point for treating constipation, for clearing the intestines. It's a Jing River point, as these points are where the chi of the meridian begins to flow more heavily. They are also known to treat cough and asthma due to pathogenic cold or heat. Sanjio 14. It's found on the region of the shoulder when the arm is abducted. The point is posterior to large intestine. 15. In the depression posterior and inferior to the acromion. Indications are pain and limitation of the shoulder and arm. Functions are it activates the meridian, alleviates pain, then benefits the shoulder, dispels wind damp. Sanjio's 7th point is basically found posterior to the lobule of the ear, in the depression between the angle of the mandible and the mastoid process. Indications are tinnitus and deafness, rice face, swelling of the cheek, toothache, scrofula. And functions are basically dispels wind, benefits the head, face and ears, clears heat, activates the meridian, alleviates the pain. You can see triple warmer 21 or Sanjio 21 in the figure here. Sanjio 21 is found on the face in the depression anterior to the supratragus notch and on the posterior border of the condyloid process of the mandible. It's a very important point to treat tinnitus, deafness, otitis media, toothache. Benefits the ear, clears heat, alleviates pain. Otherwise also, if one keeps on pressing this point or giving massage to this point, it helps in relieving so many issues of the head or brain.